That has brought us to the end of the first topic. So we are going to look at the second topic on evolution. The reason why we are studying evolution is because entrepreneurship definitely came from a certain point. And we are saying the interest revolving around entrepreneurship began in the 1960s and the 1970s. And then there was a report that was prepared by the ILO. ILO is what we call International Labour Organizations. So also they prepared a report which was focusing on the informal sector. And then from that report now, the government responded or they came up with what we call a sessional paper in 1973, where they recognized the role of entrepreneurs. So through that now, after the government received that report, they were able to, so the report was suggesting that we promote employment, we facilitate development of the nation so that we can open up the nation. And then we are able also to facilitate equitable distribution of the resources. So through the report now, through the government taking an action, they also formed various institutions that maybe entrepreneurs could rely on. We have, for example, what we call ICDC, that is Industrial Commercial Development Corporation. And then we have the KIE, the Kenya Industrial Estates. So they came up with policies that set up these organizations. These organizations will support entrepreneurs by funding them and ensuring that they get the necessary support, especially the new guys in the market, so that they can be able to grow. So you can also be able to find out about ICDC, KIE, get to identify the objectives. What exactly do these organizations do in the Kenyan market? Economic, social, and political factors affecting entrepreneurial development. So we have the first one is poor transport and communication network. We have talked about that in our previous slide. So we are still a developing country. So our transport network is still not okay. Our communication network is still not okay. And these services are very, very important for the entrepreneurship to be able to succeed. So lack of them also spells doom in the entrepreneurship world, because people want to move goods from point A to B. People also want to be able to communicate. So if it's not there, it's a great factor. The other one is a lack of necessary skills and knowledge due to lack of training and opportunities. We have also discussed that. So these skills and like we are gaining here are pretty much important. And we need to continually develop ourselves, because the business world is really changing. Things are changing. Things are taking a new shape in terms of technology, in terms of communication. Nowadays, guys are doing meetings remotely through Zoom platforms, Teams, and other kinds of platforms. So things are really changing. So as an entrepreneur, we really need to keep working on our skills. The other one is unregulated competition from the outside world. So we have that also. Corruption and official harassment, high taxation levels, declining personal incomes due to increased cost of living. The cost of living has really gone up, and they are saying it is all over the world. Cost of even basic items that everyone needs, they are now not very affordable. So it becomes difficult for them to even be able to concentrate on their entrepreneurial journey, because they are not able even to fend for their families. They are not even to fend for themselves. So it's a great economic challenge. And lastly, the high cost of finance, or the cost of borrowing. We have some myths associated with entrepreneurship. Myths are just beliefs. There are a number of things that they are believed. People believe that for you to become a successful entrepreneur, you need to have a lot of money to start that business. That may not really necessarily be the case. I'm sure around you, or you need to find out people that have begun with very little and they have been able to set up successful businesses. Then entrepreneurs are extremely risk takers or gamblers. That is another myth. So we assume that everyone that is getting into business, They are not sure that what they are doing. They are just gambling. Then another myth is that entrepreneurs must fail. So we also, as entrepreneurs, we always think that anyone who gets into business, they must fail. That may not necessarily be the case. The other one is entrepreneurs are born, not made. So that's another dangerous myth to put into our minds. That only those guys that are successful are the ones that have been born in families that have entrepreneurs. Not really. There are people that have begun from scratch. Others have not had anyone beginning a business around them, and they are still have been able to succeed. So the other one, and lastly, entrepreneurs are always inventors. So entrepreneurship, we are saying here, covers more than just invention. It requires a complete understanding of the innovative behavior. So it's a myth because we only assume for us to succeed in entrepreneurship, we must have something completely new in the market. But guys are identifying needs. Guys are identifying needs within the existing market, and they are still able to become successful entrepreneurs. So